From San Bernardino, California, all the way to your ears, this is the Team Hit Squad podcast. I want to thank each and every single individual that's tuning in right now. Gladly appreciate it. Now, before we get this entire thing started, let's get this all out of the way. Our sponsors, our beautiful, wonderful sponsors. First up, we got Anabolix Skate. You can check them out at anabolixskate.com. When you use the code word HitSquadTV, you get yourself 10% off. You get yourself some new wheels. Check out the entire library. It's awesome. You could also check out EmpireSkateShop.com. If you use HitSquadTV, you get yourself 10% off. From laces to bearings, they got it all. S1 to 187, they got it all. Moxie, Rydell, Mota, you get the point. They got it all. Empire Skate Shop. Make sure you check them out. Use HitSquadTV. Get yourself 10% off. How sweet is that? RollerCon.com. If you have not gotten your tickets, get your tickets. We're going to be out there. RollerCon. It's going to be a lot of fun. Is it July yet? We also want to give a shout out to motaskates.com. Make sure you check them out. They have a whole bunch of deals going on. You can also check out Empire Skate Shop for some Mota skates. I'm just saying. Also, last but not least, I want to give a big shout out to the Big O Tournament. The Big O Tournament is coming to you live this May 3rd all the way to the 5th. It's 3 days of incredible high-level roller derby from MRDA to WFTDA to JRDA. Some of the best and the brightest throughout this entire world will be there. We just got an updated list on what teams are going to be out there, and we're going to start off with WFTDA teams first. We got Boston Roller Derby. We got Denver Roller Derby. We got Dock City Rollers. Eville Roller Derby. Montreal Roller Derby, led by Team Hit Squad athlete Miracle Whips. You have the 3-time defending champions Rose City Rollers. Sacramento Roller Derby, Sailor City Rollers, and Victoria Roller Derby, which is number 1 in the world. Next up, we have MRDA teams. We have Denver Ground Control, Drive-By City Rollers, Penn Jersey Roller Derby, Portland Men's Roller Derby, Puget Sound Outcast, San Diego Aftershocks, and the Vancouver Murder, led by Team Hit Squad athlete Mr. Testosterone. And last but not least, the juniors. You have the defending champions Santa Cruz Derby Groms. You have number 2 Seattle Derby Brats. You have Rose City Rosebuds. You have Pile of Bones Roller Derby. And you have the bronze medal taking Los Anarchists, led by Mount Crushmore and Lil Regulator of Team Hit Squad, respectively. So, if you don't have your tickets, get them now. They are on sale. Go to bigotournament.com. Or, if you're not going to be able to make it, but you still want to watch some of the best derby in the world, make sure you tune into bigotournament.com. Their staff is incredible when it comes to the camera work. So you're going to enjoy. We have Team Hit Squad shirts available. The Team Hit Squad shirt, as well as the Mr. Testosterone Just Spin, is currently on sale for $25. It ships worldwide. All we're going to need is your name, your size, your address, and $25, and you can send that to paypal.me/HitSquadTV, and we're going to get you fitted in some Team Hit Squad gear. Hit Squad University East will be happening January 6, 2019. The address is 1779 North Spring Garden Avenue, and that is in DeLand, Florida. We will have Coach Victor Dutch, the 2-time champion from the Diamond City Miners. We will also have Dizzy Izzy, which currently skates for the Attack Pack in Duval and is a World Cup gold medalist. We also are going to have the hometown hero, Olivia Glisson, the youngest signed S1 athlete, the youngest player to ever play in dual leagues in JRDA, and is a World Cup silver medalist. Then we have Speed Bryu, the 2-time Open Division champion, and is a World Cup gold medalist, and has one Hit Squad University coaching gig under his belt. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. So much so that they brought him out for part 2. And we will also have our very special guest coach, number 111, from New Jack City, Jacksonville Roller Derby, Jam Starella, number 111. She is a gold gold medalist in quad speed skating, silver in WFTDA playoffs a few years back, and is beloved by the roller derby community. You should definitely, if none of the previous names got you excited, this name has to get you excited. We're almost sold out. Make sure you get your tickets now. It's going to be a fantastic time. Once again, the address is 1779 North Spring Garden Avenue, DeLand, Florida. Make sure you're there. January 6th, 2019. That is a Sunday. I'm also going to be there in the house teaching videography and all that stuff. So if you want to learn how to shoot roller derby, or if you want me to teach you how to shoot some basic stuff and take it into your everyday life, that's what we're there for. So make sure you attend Hit Squad University. We also have something pretty cool a week after Hit Squad University. We are throwing a roller derby art show thrown by us here at Hit Squad TV at the Alley Gallery in downtown Pomona, right by the Glass House. It's going to be a fantastic time. We just got done. We signed the details. We crossed our T's and dotted our I's, and we now have an official show about to happen. Let me tell you some of the things that are going to be there. A mural of Hit Squad TV and roller derby will be painted on the wall. There will be photography portion of art. Some of the art will be from Tough Girl on 8 Wheels, Michael Weiss, as well as Tristan King. The Angry Artist will have some art on display as well. The address to this place is 101 South Main Street in Pomona, California. Check out the art. I have a few stories of some of my favorite moments in the sport, the importance of growing the sport through junior participation. So make sure you check it out. Address one more time is 101 South Main Street, Pomona, California. And it is a roller derby art show thrown by Hit Squad TV and the Alley Gallery in downtown Pomona. So make sure you check that out. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about our today's subject. The right time. There is no such thing as the right time. As a matter of fact, Hit Squad TV was built on not the right time, if that makes sense. You know, when we got our GoPro a couple months before we started filming Thanks Scrimmage and then the entire history of Hit Squad TV started happening, we bought the GoPro so I could film myself going downhill, because I did downhill mountain bike riding. And when we took it to Thanks Scrimmage and we strapped it on to people, and people, I guess, we didn't know anybody, so nobody really wanted to talk to us or mess with us. There was only a selected amount of people that did, thank goodness, one of them being a junior. Bad Low Jamma, which I believe right now skates for California Mayhem. And it was a referee and then one adult by the name of Quiet Riot. Those are the three people that we had an opportunity to strap the GoPro on throughout the entire 6-7 hours that we were there. And it was only once that they wore it too, so it's not like they wore it multiple times. But when we decided to continue on with what we were doing as far as Hit Squad TV and the GoPro, we were thinking already, I mean, at least I was thinking, when is it the right time to try and buy a camera, a better camera, to better facilitate what I'm trying to do? And originally my mind was like 2 years. I should wait 2 years, save money, and just try and get better with the GoPro. But I believe like the second or third bout that we filmed, I was like, man, I wish I could zoom in. Man, I wish I could do this. Man, I wish the quality was like not fisheye lens, but to actually have a nice, clear, and concise shot. And I decided that 2 years was too far. I don't know if that would ever have been the right time. But we got our camera that we essentially started traveling with and got us to where we are today, I think, in May of 2015. So we started filming in in November, so December, January, February, March, April, May. So 6 months after the fact, we got the camera. And shout out to Pigeon of the Moxie Skate Shop, the Moxie Skate Team, and the head person of Beach City's roller derby. If it wasn't for Pigeon, we wouldn't be where we're at today, guaranteed. Her kindness allowed us to get to where we're at with getting paid for footage. That was the first time we essentially got paid for anything during that short time. And when we got that donation from her, because we gave her the footage of their previous bouts, so maybe they can study it, they can watch it, and I was like, there is money in roller derby. You just have to be valuable. You have to be valuable to the right people. And we didn't waste any time with trying to wait to get that camera to be beneficial to the community. And when we found out that we could be beneficial with just the GoPro itself, we tried to be as beneficial as possible. We started hitting different avenues on trying to create different revenue or create different opportunity to try to get eyes on HitSquad TV as a product. And going back to me, Lloyd Knox, when I was doing music, like life was built like that for me. Like, there's no such thing as the right time, and I learned that from a very young age. And going further into when I was 22, 23, we were waiting for drummers, we were waiting for musicians, we were waiting for producers, we were just waiting, we were just playing a waiting game. While everybody was trying to figure out what they're doing, me and Zach, the artists, we were just kind of like standing there with like, well, we can't find a drummer, we can't find a bass player, we can't find a guitarist. Like, there was different, like, whenever we filled a position, one position opened up. And at that time, I was just an MC. I was just rapping, I was just singing, doing whatever. And I decided to pick up bass first because there was a deep need for us to play bass. We got a drummer, we got a guitarist. We need a bass player. I'll pick up the bass and I'll rap. Cool. Then the drummer left. And I'm like, well, we're not going to have a bass player, but I think it'd be more important to have drums. So I picked up the drums, learned how to play, and went from there. So, and when it came to playing music, 3 weeks into learning how to play drums, I played my first show. People were telling me, don't do it. You're going to embarrass yourself. You barely know how to keep a clear and concise drum pattern. You don't know how to do any snare rolls, drum rolls. You don't know how to do any fills or anything like that whatsoever. All you have is a basic rhythm, and you can rhyme over that. And I said, that's all I need. I will learn on the way. I could care less if I'm the greatest drummer as soon as I start. I got really tired of waiting. And that's what it ended up being. It was a boil over of frustration of waiting for the quote unquote right time. Whenever we would find a drummer, going into the right time, it's so difficult to try and find yourself when you're just waiting on someone to help you find yourself. When it comes to that aspect of creating music, us as a band, we couldn't get any drummer to stay, we couldn't get any bass player to stay, but we always had the factor of two hard-working individuals, and that was me and Zach. And we're like, dude, we don't need anybody else. Give me the drums, we'll go. And that's how we started going. So when we started actually recording our album, we were once again waiting on the right time when it came to producers. We had our music ready to record in 2011. We didn't find a producer for a year because we were trying to find the right time to approach certain producers that we wanted to work with. And we ended up wasting so much time that we eventually just ended up with a mediocre producer that really only charged $300. And that's nice. It was good for our pockets because we were able to bring some money back. But at the same time, it wasn't worth it. You get what you pay for. I paid $300 for this guy, and this guy did my man tried. Like, I don't want to trash the guy. But there's conversations where me and this person, we spoke, and there was just complete misunderstandings from his end on what my expectations were for the music. And it was all because of waiting for the quote-unquote right time. The frustration of waiting is a game of fools. Is a game for fools. Being able to just sit there and just patiently wait. Now I realize there's some times in life where it is necessary to be patient and wait. These aren't one of those times, just to clarify. At that time, I was already torturing myself like, man, I'm already wasting time, I'm wasting life. What am I doing wrong? I'm 25, I've been playing music for X amount of years, and I'm only here. And it was a boil over of frustration. One of the biggest things that I remember hearing was when me and Zach, when we were creating music as The New Danger, I created my own side project, which was just my own hip-hop music. I would go find producers, I'd purchase beats, and I would rhyme over them, and instead of waiting, I'd just release it. And I remember being stopped by King Dice and 3D Beats. And these two artists were in charge of the Royal Gambling Club, which was a clique of musicians and artists that got together as a collective to release music and art under the flagship of the Royal Gambling Club. And they told me to not release any music after I'm done. You got to give the crowd a reason to love and wait for you. You have to pass your music to us because we need to make sure and examine that it is releasable. And I was like, no, why? We are not a label. You're not paying me. Although I do appreciate the fact that you want to listen to it and see what the potential is behind it. At the end of the day, we're not signed to you. We are a collective, but we are going to release what we want to release because that's just who we are. That's just the type of artist that we are. We're not asking for permission. We're not looking for permission. We just figured that we were all a collective of artists and we were all going to release and support each other. Unfortunately, that was not the case. And we soon left. And it was not just that. It was a big factor. It was a big wave of controversy between the Royal Gambling Club and the New Danger at the time. At the time, we didn't feel like we were being treated like the type of artists that we felt like we should have been. The producing aspect was not something that I enjoyed from the Royal Gambling Club, although their music from the other artists are quite fantastic. I like 3D Beats' album. I was even featured on it. I like King Dice's album. It's just that they were trying to manipulate and make us into a mirror image of what they were doing, even if it's in a rock version. And that's what they would say, like, we're rock. And I'm like, no, you're not listening to what we are, because we've been telling you this whole time we would prefer if you don't, like, just call us, just say artists. Like, we don't need to label ourselves on anything. If you want to label us, call it Black Hoodie Blues, because that's what we called our album. That's what we called the music and style in which we played. We played blues music over some hip-hop drums. And we sang and we rapped over it. They didn't like it. well, I don't want to say they didn't like it. They enjoyed what we did, but they were trying to make it more manufactured. They're trying to blend us into what they were doing, and we were just we took it negatively. We took it negatively and appropriately negative, I guess. Like, we didn't over-exaggerate. We're like, you know what, we don't like the vision of what you guys have. We enjoy you as people and artists, but as far as trying to create something together, we just don't see it. And we eventually walked away. And it ended up being the best thing that we did, because we were finally able to stop worrying about trying to be popular, about trying to please a massive audience. I've always felt that our biggest strong points as people is our personality. I mean, looks eventually fade away. You're only going to look the way you are for a certain amount of time. And no matter how much you try to reverse it, it just doesn't happen. Time is undefeated. You know, some of us are going into the third, fourth, fifth, sixth round, tired and exhausted. Life is looking at you. You know, and one perfect quote and example that I believe describes this right time motion is, waiting for the right time is the perfect example of wasting time. That means a lot to me. Like for roller derby, when is it the perfect time to ask for money? When is it the perfect time to hit up a sponsor? When's the perfect time to hit up teams? There is never a perfect time. Just do it. Do not procrastinate. And that goes past any roller derby. Like, this just talks about life in general. If you need to patch up something with someone that's really eating at you, patch it up. There's no such thing as a right time. The best right time is right now. If you need to fix a relationship, you need to fix yourself to get in the gym, if you need to fix yourself to pass that class, to push yourself to complete your 27.5, push you from getting over the fact that we lost the jammer point. You know, there's a lot of things that we want to get over, but we're waiting for the quote-unquote right time. There is no such thing as the right time. And I wish I was 19 with all this knowledge I have now. I could have taken over the world. But I'm not really resting my morals on that notion. And here's another quote. Stop waiting for the right time, because time is not waiting for you. While you're waiting for time to be perfect, and like, you know how you're playing double dutch and you're waiting, you know, you're catching your rhythm as the rope already has the rhythm. The two people that are holding the ropes are looking right at you like, come on, man, we already got this rhythm going. And you're like, you're psyching yourself out, and you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna, and then you fail, like, really quickly. Got to stop waiting for the right time. Just jump in and do it. During that time, like, that you were wasting, like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You could have literally done it, failed, figured out what you did wrong, went back outside, figured it out, and started doing it when you finally failed. It's a big time waster. Don't psych yourself out. I know and realize that in life, sometimes we are our own worst enemies. But sometimes we got to be able to step back and really analyze and examine, is this the right or wrong time to do something? And your answer should be, it's always the right time to do something. Give or take, there might be some situations, but those are just situations. We're just talking about this. And when it comes to advice that I give you all, whether it's something like this or getting sponsors or anything like that, what we are trying to give you is guidelines. We're trying to give you these fundamental pillars. Basically, you're going to build a house, you're going to build a building or whatever you want to build. We're going to give you 4 pillars. It is up to you to create around these pillars to make it your own. You know, most of us can give good advice, but it's up to you to kind of tear it apart and really look at the basic information of what the information was given to you and try to use it to your own situations, because all of our situations are completely different. Some of us can take people's criticism. Some of us can read situations flawlessly. Most of us don't know when the right time is. And it's sad because we know that the right time is right when you think of it. Like, just go do it. Procrastination. I know I have. I've dealt with big problems as far as procrastination goes. I am guilty of that. But when it comes down to it, there's a big difference between someone that talks about wanting to be good at what they do and someone like me, where I don't care or listen to what other people think of my art. I'll create the video and I'll release it and I'll go from there and I'll go back and do it again. I'll go back and I'll see what kind of likes and what kind of views it got, but mostly because I'm thinking about it analytically. But I don't really pay attention to the art aspect. I really just like kind of look at it like, okay, what are the numbers here? Got it down, great, fantastic. I'll give my appreciation to everyone that likes our videos because you didn't have to watch them, yet you did, and you left your comment. I can't let a comment go unloved or unspoken about. I always got to give love and appreciation. And that was the right time for me to do it. If I would have saw it later on, that should be my first instinct to want to do, to actually react to it and talk to it. Don't put it off. The right time is now. Do it. If you want to be the best skater on your team, don't wait until the clinic that's coming up with your favorite jammer or favorite blocker to try and get to that point. Get to that point now. Work. Push. Watch YouTube videos. Watch Instagram videos. Watch how-to videos on what you want to do. There was no perfect time for me to create this podcast. I just got to do it now. I got to make it happen. And that's the way that I live life every single day. When it came to the art show that we just booked and got it done, there was no right time for me to ask this person about the opportunity to throw a roller derby and art event. I could have waited till after the new year because it felt like it was a better time to try and talk to someone about business after the holidays are done instead of the holidays that are happening right now, and maybe this person's busy doing some holiday shopping or the business is just booming and they're already planning other things all the way up to the new year. And I was like, no, the right time is now. I'm interested in doing it now. So I talked to him. Within half an hour, within 45 minutes, we wrapped up all the details and we basically set up shop. January 12th, 101 South Main Street, downtown Pomona, Art and Roller Derby show. There is no such thing as the right time. If it's because you're scared that you don't want to do it right now, completely understandable. You want to know something? That's good that you understand what's slowing you down and what's holding you back. That's okay. As long as you recognize your flaws, as long as you recognize why you're not able to advance forward, if you can identify the problem that's slowing you down or completely stopping you, you're in a way better position than someone's just not wanting to do it flat out. You're in much better shape when you get to see it and you get to admit it. Although you're not able to advance on it, that's okay. Recognizing and understanding is half the battle. The other half is actually pushing forward. While you got someone else over here that just flat out refuses to want to get better, that flat out refuses to want to, I don't know, you put your own scenario into that. And this whole scenario reminds me of the book Who Moved My Cheese? It's the book that changed my entire life forever. 24 years old, I was sitting in my dad's garage, sad. Didn't know what to do with my life. My truck was broken down, had no job, had a bicycle. Had a bicycle that I had to go use my last $10 to go buy inner tubes for. And I only had enough for one inner tube. The other one was old and raggedy, but we still used it. I could have easily have said, I'll wait for the right time for me to go find a job. I need to feel sorry for myself a little more. I got up, I went to go get that inner tube, put it on my bike, pumped up my tires at an Arco, and I took off, and I had my tie, I had my button up, I was dressed to the nines, or at least I attempted to. I didn't let anything stop me or slow me down, and that's who I became, and that's who I am now. I don't care what kind of obstacles are in front of me, I'm going to take them down. I am the best in the world. And that might not be true in any sort of way, fashion, or form, but it's not for you to tell me that I am the best or I am not the best. I am the best, and I believe that. And that is the reason why I feel that I can be very successful in anything that I do. Roller derby, doing Hit Squad University, coming up with different ideas, coming up with different notions for mota skates, to promoting video for RollerCon, Big O. Like, I know when I read that book, Who Moved My Cheese, and I really understood the message behind that book, and I'm not going to ruin it for you. I suggest you go get the book. Don't watch it on YouTube. Do not watch it on YouTube. It will ruin it for you. You are better off reading it because your mind is going to take you on an entire trip. The book, I believe, is 150 pages, but the words are semi-big. So, and there's actual pictures and drawings on there, but it's a picture and a drawing that helps narrate the book. It's part of the book, not just a scene, a picture, a scene, or anything like that. It's part of the actual book of what you're reading. It's really gnarly, really cool. And I remember I gave that book to a middle school kid because eventually what got me, I read that book. I didn't want to let anything slow me or stop me down. I got my bike. I got to the job. And this job was about 10, 15 miles away. And I was on my bike. And I rode that for the first 3 months, every single day. And I would ride it to the middle school that I was working at. And I would help tutor kids. I would help teach about math, language arts, history. I was a basketball coach, football coach. I was probably some of my favorite moments in my life, being able to be around kids and them like reminding me to like not take things so serious. Smile, laugh. It's going to be okay. They're not thinking about the right time. They're just having fun. And I started learning a lot from them. Even if they didn't know. They were teaching me. This whole time, they were like, oh, you thank you for teaching me how to have a better jump shot, or teaching me on whatever, on English or something like that, on literature and why you read the dictionary and this and that. And in actuality, the reason why I did that is because I heard Eminem did that. And Eminem was one of my favorite artists growing up. But I told someone about that, and they started reading the dictionary, didn't really get into it all that much, but realized the importance of being able to understand and use new words. It gives you a confidence of sort. So, I mean, when is the right time for anything? If your answer is There's never a right time when you are ahead of the curve. I suggest you use that to your advantage. Go out there today. If there's something that's been slowing you down, holding you back, you were saying that you were waiting for the quote-unquote right time, guess what? The right time is now. Do it. Go to the gym. Go learn how to skate backwards. Go study for your SATs. Don't wait for the right time to try and study or to do something. Go do it now. The best do not wait until the right time. We make the right time happen whenever we feel like it. That's the difference. I know that's what I picked up from Who Moved My Cheese. Any golden opportunity is created by the individual. It doesn't just pop up. And it could turn from years of hard work, it could turn into just a couple seconds of hard work. It's you that sets the universe in motion. You ask the universe, hey, I want to be the best in the world. Cool. The universe is like, well, these are the requirements. This is what you need to do. It's up to you to actually grab them and make it happen. And obviously, the universe isn't sending you text messages and emails saying, hey, I just sent you one at 9:36. Make sure you capture it. No, that's why I'm saying you create those opportunities for yourself. Create them. Follow them. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. Use your moral compass. And I guarantee you, you will be able to take over the world. And it will not be on anyone's time, especially the right time. I want to thank everybody that tuned in to the Team Hit Squad podcast. Before I let you go, I want to give a quick shout out to Anabolix Skate. You can check them out at anabolixskate.com. You use Hit Squad TV as your code, you get yourself 10% off. EmpireSkateShop.com, same deal. When you use Hit Squad TV, you get yourself 10% off. RollerCon.com, get your passes, get your room at the hotel, and let's go have a good time in July. Motaskates.com, check them out. BigOTournament.com, May 3rd, May 5th. They're going to be live streaming it, or you can be super cool and you can go live. Whatever you want to do. My name was Lloyd Knox. You have been an incredible, incredible, incredible audience. Make sure you tune in next time. Not sure what the subject is. I don't think we ever know what the subject is going to be until actual day of, because, hey, that's the way we do our work. All right, Lloyd Knox, Team Hit Squad podcast. We out.